That sucked. Hey guys, so I just came back from Terminator Genisys and holy crap, that was bad. That was quite possibly one of the worst movies I've seen in a really long time. Now, I knew going into this movie I wasn't expecting perfection. I hadn't watched the trailers mainly because I thought that Terminator Salvation was going to happen again, and it did, from what I heard. But even still, just looking at all the facts of it, there's no way this is going to be good. There's no way. But I had hope. But just before I saw this movie, a friend of mine showed me a Forbes article saying that Terminator Genisys is so bad that it makes Terminator Salvation look like Terminator 2. And least to say, that article is 100% right. This film's plot is so riddled with holes and just so terrible that it should be used from now on as an example of how a bad movie can happen from a bad script. And this happens when one of the guys who you have as a script writer is a guy who's done a bunch of terrible Dracula movies, and the last big movie he did was Drive Angry, and the other writer hasn't done really anything good. The whole point of the movie is that Kalogridis goes back in time and everything has changed. That's kind of cool, okay? You're taking a massive risk by completely changing the entire Genisys, the entire Terminator franchise, but maybe if you handle this with care, you will... Nope, doesn't do shit. Doesn't do shit. That's actually kind of a funny joke that a friend told me to do. Do something like this. Fucking nothing! It is just a complete waste of money and time and Arnold Schwarzenegger. This film wastes Arnold. The entire plot consists of exactly the same crap from Jupiter Ascending. Sarah Connor and Kyle Reese are in trouble. Terminator comes and saves them. Sarah Connor and Kyle Reese are in trouble. Terminator comes save them. Sarah Connor and Kyle Reese are in trouble. Terminator comes save them. Throughout this entire movie, I kept on thinking of what Chris Stuckman said about what's wrong with action movies. And this film is basically everything that is wrong with them. There's no threat. Sure, the John Condonator is a very difficult villain and you can't really kill him with anything. But the problem is that Terminator 2 already trumped the super badass villain that you couldn't beat. Every time now we're just like, okay, yeah, he's gonna defeat them, so what's the point? Sure, you can throw us with special effects and whatnot. Now, as much as I'd love to tear apart all the holes, and I'd love to tear apart how stupid the script is, the thing that I'm gonna talk about really right now is that Emilia Clarke is not Sarah Connor. Linda Hamilton, till this day, is still, in my opinion, the most badass chick in film ever. Sigourney Weaver is a close second with Aliens, but Linda Hamilton, she was scary. She was badass. She was frightening. I'd be terrified to fight her, ever, in Terminator 2. Emilia Clarke, for one, she's short, and they actually make fun of that. Two, she doesn't have this presence that Linda Hamilton does. She's supposed to be this warrior, but she keeps on needing other people to save her. She keeps on needing to kind of be reassured. And every time she's trying to be defiant, it doesn't seem like she's being defiant. She just seems like she's being a spoiled brat, or she's just being a stubborn child. She's not being this military commander. She says the words, but I just don't get the feeling from those actions. And Arnold, man, Arnold's okay in it, but the film is just so bad it ruins his presence in this movie. The thing that I actually was really interested in for this film's story is that apparently the Arnold that we get in this film was sent back in time to when Sarah Connor was 9, and then he raised her, and in the end he sort of develops this kind of connection with Sarah Connor, and that was something I liked. That's the real story point that is satisfying in this movie. That's it. Just this idea that she has a Terminator as a father. That was cool. But the thing is, we get to the end of the part, and all this stuff that's supposed to matter doesn't, because we just don't give a shit. I couldn't care less about this movie. I wanted it to end. But then when you say, well, why is the Terminator sent back to when she was 9? Prepare for plot hole hell. all. There are so many plot holes in this movie. The whole basis of what Genisys is itself a plot hole. Because there's the whole point of, well, you have to go into the past to change the future, but then how can the future change the future by being in the future? It doesn't make any sense. Maybe at one point in the screenwriting process, they were like, you know what, we probably rocked ourselves into a corner here with the time travel. And then they're just like, you know what, fuck it, they don't give a shit. I cannot believe how bad this movie was. I never want to see it again. I never want to watch it again. It has left such a sour taste in my mouth that I will not be able to wash it out even if I use bleach. Terminator Genisys gets a 1 out of 7. This film was just straight up bad. It was absolutely dreadful. It was bad, guys. Just don't watch it. Don't give this movie money. Because apparently if we do, they're going to make sequels. Sequels! I'm out.